What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Gear Breaker Nation, where we give excellent assessment and reviews. And in this video, I want to talk about, the demo of the Gears of War 4 and things I've read up on it, the pictures I've seen, and this new, race called the Swarm, as well as the new characters. Now, when I was sitting here reading the Game Informer, reading up on it, I was like, okay, sweet, we got a new Gears of War game, we got new characters, new setting, a new story, great, interesting looking enemies. And I remember back when, of course, the Gears of War was at its height. Gears of War 3 came out. We finally got a climax that was satisfying, that was action packed, a great story. We got to see what happened to the characters for the most part, because I would have liked to see a little bit of after story to see what actually happened to the characters after the events of the game. But it was a very satisfying conclusion. Of course, we had Gears of War's Judgment that ended up kind of being a prequel to the Gears of War series, so I didn't really mind that either. When I heard they had a Gears of War 4, I was kind of apprehensive at first, but I said, wait a minute, the Gears of War franchise still has potential. Let's just see what these new people do with the franchise. And of course, they came up with a pretty interesting premise. Gears of War 4 ends up taking place, I believe, 25 years after the events of Gears of War 3. Of course, people are older, the Locust and Lambert at this time are extinct, so where can the franchise end up going at this point? Now, we have J.D. Phoenix, and he of course is the son of Marcus Phoenix, pretty much the protagonist of the first 3 games, and this Gears of War 4 game is going to follow him. From what I end up reading, I'm not saying he got kicked out, but for some reason he got expelled from the COG thing. So that's an interesting story that they're going to explore throughout the gameplay on that end. And the thing about it I want to see is how, similar is his personality going to be to Marcus Phoenix. Because I would like to see him act it out, Because when I look at him, I don't really see Marcus Phoenix. So I want to see if his father's personality kind of leaks through him as a pass down. So that'd be the interesting way to go. We have this guy named Delmont Walker, who I believe is like JD's best friend. So, now that, JD's out of the coalition, of course, Delmont's gonna do it too because he's a loyal friend. And I'm like interested to see what their dynamic is. Are they like, do they have this like brotherly dynamic, or is it like camaraderie or something like that? But I would love to see Delmont's personality on this, and I wonder if Delmont and JD's personality is going to kind of reflect that of Marcus and Santiago's relationship. I want to see how they balance out. And then we got this girl named Kate Diaz, who is kind of a part of this faction of people that don't want to be under the COG. So I want to see how all of their relationship is, and I want to see her view, because we already kind of seen the view of the Gears and everything from the Gears side, their perspective, everything. But it'd be nice to kind of see somebody who doesn't share the ideology of the Gears. So that'd be an interesting concept in itself. So the characters, for the most part, seem pretty solid. They seem pretty diverse in a way. So, and I'm really interested to see more about these characters. Now let's go to the hallmark of this, conversation. The Swarm. I'm really interested to see how they're going to be able to capitalize off the Locust, the Lambert. Because I would like the Swarm to be a new, unique type of creature, but I also would like it kind of harken back to the Locust a little bit, so you can see that they are tied to the Locust or the Lambert in some kind of way. Now, for what you see in what I've read and what I've seen, you have these pod-like things that are filled with goo that are glowing, and they come out as these juvies, and the juvies are all soft and gushy and stuff like that. And they evolve, and I think that's an interesting take on how they should go about, coming out with these creatures and these enemy types. Okay, they evolve. Now the creature that actually makes a physical appearance in the demo, of course, is the Pouncer, which is big, like 4-legged thing with this weird tail that shoots out spikes, and it's got this like multi-thing mouth with all these like creepy little tongues and stuff in it. And I do like the design because it does kind of remind you of a creature, like a possible creature that could have been in the Hollow. So there is that, and you don't really see anything else after that, but it does make you wonder, like, what kind of creatures are there going to be? You know what I mean? Are they all going to strictly evolve from the juvenile, the juvie creature? into other specific types. Maybe it's depending on the environment. Maybe it's depending on, you know, the circumstances of which the creature is born, of course. I wonder if it's kind of like, you know, in Resident Evil 6 when those Huevo things got damaged in certain areas of their body, they would mutate according to the damage they took on that part of the body. So I'm like, would it gonna go with that? Are these creatures already predetermined to evolve into a certain thing through their genetics or something like that? Or are there different types of Jubies that evolve into different types of things? So there is those type of questions, and I'm just giving general thoughts out of here. I'm definitely going to make a follow-up video asking all types of questions about the swarm, of course. But anyways, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what you thought about this whole thing about the Gears of War 4, the new characters, and the new enemy types. I wanted to get into more questions about it, but I don't want to make this video too long. So anyways, guys, to the next edition of Gearbreaker Nation, remember, keep those gears turning.